Hi everyone, it's Alexis Hasselberger here, time management and productivity coach. And this week, I really want to talk about alone time and how do we find it? How do we make it for ourselves in a quarantine situation? If you're like me, uh, this is probably week 6 or so of living in the same space with a whole bunch of people all the time, all day, every day. And if you are living with your family or with roommates, etc., these are people that hopefully you enjoy on the regular. But right now, it can be a lot to have people around 100% of the time and not feel like you can ever get any real alone time or space for yourself. So, I want to give you guys a few suggestions of things that have been working pretty well for me. The first one is headphones. So, headphones allow you to just kind of create your own little world for yourself just for a little bit, right? So, throw on some headphones, throw on a podcast, maybe even do some chores while you're listening to your podcast. It'll be a little productive break, but really just enter your own world and tune everybody else out for a little while. Even if you've got kids, you can still just kind of tune everyone out for just a little while. If you need noise canceling headphones, if the people in your house are loud, or if there's just kind of a lot of din going on, you might need noise canceling headphones. That's actually something that I had to purchase recently. Usually I work from home all alone, but now there's a lot of other people in the background. And so noise canceling headphones are a good way to kind of set everything aside and be able to focus on what you're doing. You can also, if you have a partner, you might want to swap time off with them, right? So if you've got kids and you've got a partner, you can each get some time for yourselves, right? One of you can take the kids, do an activity with them in the living room for a few hours. The other one of you can, lock yourselves in the bedroom with a book or whatever it is that you want to do for a few hours, and then you swap, right? It doesn't have to be on the same day, maybe on the same weekend, etc. But swap that alone time with the other person so that you can both get some dedicated time to yourselves, if that's your situation. Another thing that you can think about is dedicating zones in the house. So this is something that we did right at the very beginning, especially around work and school related things. So each person in the house has a designated area, a designated spot for them to be. For one of my kids, it's one end of the dining room table. One of my kids has the one his bedroom. I've got my home office, lucky me, and my husband has taken over our TV room downstairs so that he is using that for his office. If you don't have separate rooms that people can be in, because honestly, that's quite a privilege, then even just saying, okay, in the same space we're going to be in, maybe we're all in the living room, but we each have a designated zone where we have our stuff and nobody's really going to be moving our stuff and in our space, etc. So really try to designate zones for each person. So that person gets their own space, but they also then are kind of owning that space for themselves. And then finally, if you are still in a locale where you are allowed to go on walks, 6 feet apart with a mask, of course, but take a walk by yourself. Get out of the house for 15 minutes. Don't take your phone. I mean, take your phone, fine, but don't listen to anything on your phone. Just like be with your thoughts and get out of the house for like 15 minutes, just by yourself, listening to nothing, be alone with yourself and your thoughts. This can really do some wonders for your mood. Just getting out of what might be the chaos of your own home for just a few minutes can really help to reset us. So hopefully those are a few suggestions that you can try if you haven't tried them before about how to make just a little bit of space for yourself in a time where it might not feel like it's really possible.